Okay, so a couple weeks ago, or actually it's been a few weeks now, that I reported an issue with my iPad Pro Magic Keyboard where the backlighting was acting up. Initially, there was issues with the backlighting and the trackpad, but that seemed to have been resolved. But this is actually my second iPad Pro Magic Keyboard, and it's having the same issue. In fact, I've reported this to Apple. It was earlier this week, as a matter of fact, and I also sent them a couple of videos of the initial iPad Pro Magic Keyboard that I had, as well as this replacement, in which case I'm now waiting on a second replacement. So I'm waiting on what will be my third iPad Pro Magic Keyboard. I was also informed by them that this was not an issue that was related to software, but it was related to hardware. So I am not having a good time with this iPad Pro Magic Keyboard. Everything else is fine with it. It types quite well. I was really happy with it up until this initial issue, and yet it continues. So as you can see, I've been kind of going over this video for at least a minute or so. And if I turn the light off, which I did before, you see that the light is still on. The initial issue with the first one was that once the light went off, it wouldn't come back on. In this particular case, the light is still staying on despite the fact that I turned the light in the room off. So I can make adjustments on the iPad itself. And you see there's no response on the keyboard. The light has no effect. So this is clearly not an issue with the iPad itself. It's an issue with the keyboard itself. And so we'll see what happens when I get yet the third iPad Pro Magic Keyboard. Hopefully that one will work. There seems to be a way to temporarily resolve this issue if you take the iPad off. If you take the keyboard brightness down to basically 0 and then put the iPad back on the keyboard, then it seems to work, but then eventually you'll get this effect. And I know that I'm not the only one that's having this problem, because I've seen other people that were complaining about the same issue. So a little disappointed about this, and I hope there's some resolution to it, that they're able to resolve this. It seems to be taking a while for me to get the new keyboard, even though I thought it would have been here by now. In fact, it was supposed to have shipped out by now, but still waiting on it. So at any rate, hopefully you're having better success with these things than I am, and they'll resolve this particular issue. Well, we'll keep you informed as to what happens.